I'm angry.
Transformations are always a fun thing to watch, especially if it's Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider. You know what's even better? The moment when your favorite superheroes finally turn into the awesome badasses that you paid a buttload of money to actually watch. Anyway, I'm not here to complain about my finances, we can talk about that another time. I'm here to discuss my top 10 superhero transformations, volume 5. That's right, this might just be my version of the Fast and Furious movies. I mean, I only do it for you guys, my family. Alright, I've said enough, let's do this thing. 10. The Power Rangers. You thought this was only going to be DC or Marvel entries now, didn't you? Well, as I've said before, I'm an unpredictable and mysterious persona. Okay, back to this scene. I know this movie wasn't very well received by fans or critics, but hey, at least we get some nice Krispy Kreme discounts. Also, the transformation scene was awesome. It begins with the typical scenario of good guys must beat bad guys, but then we hear the 3 magic words, it's morphin' time! Oh boy, do they morph or what? Man, these effects are so awesome that I really wonder what went wrong with the story and, well, everything else basically. The suit formation looks disturbingly like Tony Stark's nanosuit in Infinity War, but we can't even be mad about that because this one came out a year earlier. All in all, it's a pretty slick scene and the costume looks cool despite some more resemblance to our beloved Iron Man.
Get the Alpha gear.
9. Magic, the New Mutants. There aren't many bright spots from this trouble production, but at least we get to watch Anya Taylor-Joy show us that she can do a lot more than just playing pro chess. Magic's a very interesting character, and we might just get to see more of her as the multiverse unfolds. Her transformation here is short but sweet as she gets ready to take on a weird monster bear type thing. Her suit looks slick, her eyes look dangerous, and goddamn, that's a pretty huge sword if you ask me. Oh yeah, she's also got a cute little dragon named Lockheed by her side. Her outfit gives us a little mix of Daenerys Targaryen and Xena the Warrior Princess, and she totally rocked it. We don't get a very detailed look at Magic during the transformation itself, but the battle that follows more than makes up for it.
So am I.
No, Haley! Accelerating at a wondrous rate.
8. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The surprises aren't over just yet. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are a pretty badass gang, so it only made sense for me to include them sooner or later. Now, this isn't just one particular moment, but rather their entire journey with good old Master Splinter. It starts off with the 4 baby reptiles busting a move to some Gwen Stefani, and then slowly progresses with some awesome training sequences where we see Splinter raise them with great dedication and commitment. The Turtles kill it with some super sneak ninja moves, and these sequences are pretty well choreographed, even if it is mostly CGI. And then, of course, we finally get to see them all grown up and ready to kick some ass ninja style. I do have to admit though, they did Splinter dirty with that pizza slice in the end. Seven. Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Mr. Snyder set the standard for re-releasing your old stuff much before Taylor Swift, and he sure did do a great job of it. The new Justice League worked like a charm, and one of the highlights was, of course, good old Kal-El coming back to life. Of course, his later transformation was just a whole other level of epic. After he calms down with Lois and realizes that he needs to save the world and all that shit, he finally decides to become one with his true self and dons the coveted blue spandex that we've all been waiting to see ever since the heart-wrenching scene in Batman vs Superman. Well, it looks kind of black here, but we all know the OG color rules. The moment where he just faces the sun and absorbs its energy is kind of poetic if you ask me, and it gives us a sense of calmness in the middle of, well, possible extinction, I suppose.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
I'm so proud of you, son.
Six. The Beast. Split. we're not in Marvel territory just yet. First, I got to rant about how James McAvoy was totally robbed of an Oscar for this unbelievable performance. I mean, the guy played more personalities than my ex, and that's saying something. Anyway, this is kind of like the money shot in the film, and it sure works as one. Casey's checking out the video clips of all of Kevin's other personalities while he heads to a subway station to awaken the beast. Like, literally. It's not some weird kink thing we're talking about here. The transformation isn't shown very clearly, and I think that actually adds to the intensity and the mystery of the scene. The darkness surrounding our troubled lead adds a lot of depth to the seriousness of the tone, and the constant crosscuts build up on our anticipation for that final reveal. And there he is. Jesus Christ, that shit looks scary. It's a brilliantly directed scene that confirms M. Night Shyamalan still got it. Of course, the acting was just mwah. So this one's more like a combination of various scenes in the movie, but come on man, T'Challa deserves it. And I know he's already the Black Panther when the movie begins, but his soul still needs to transform for him to become the true king of Wakanda. It's kind of why he lost to Killmonger in the first place. Anyway, his re-transformation begins when Shuri and Ramonda revive him with the lazily named heart-shaped herb. No, I mean seriously, a multi-billion-dollar franchise couldn't come up with a better name for a plant? Anyway, forget that. This is more of a spiritual transformation, not the kind your tantric gurus recommend. T'Challa's conversation with his father and ancestors was a very refreshing take on the superhero genre. It's a powerful showcasing of cultural identity, and it hits the nail on the head when it comes to taking responsibility for your actions. And then of course, we get our Black Panther. Hell yeah. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Man, you were always the real hero. For Martian Manhunter, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, listen up, Joss Whedon. I know you gave us this first Avengers movie, but you seriously suck. How the hell do you completely remove such an iconic character for no reason? Anyway, this one's more of a deceptive transformation. We all know that little talk that Martha has with Lois. Yeah, I mean, it felt nice to see these two characters bond over genuine human emotions. Well, we were bamboozled because that ain't Martha, that's Martian Manhunter. His costume is spot on. I guess I can live with a different shaped head, and then he transforms into General Swanwick? Man, this adds so much more context. It was a massive change between the two versions, and if the final scene is anything to go by, the Snyderverse must be restored. The transformation is effective because it totally catches us off guard, and now I'm willing to protest outside any Warner Brothers office to get this universe back on the rails. Hulk vs. Fenris, Thor Ragnarok. This one makes it to the top 3 simply by virtue of how awesomely funny it is. I'm so happy that they gave this one to Taika Waititi because honestly speaking, The Dark World really took Thor to a dark place in my heart. I mean, I still can't get over those dark elves. Anyway, Hela's massive wolf monster Fenris isn't being a good boy and needs to be stopped, but as Valkyrie puts it so gracefully, stupid dog won't die. Enter Bruce Banner, who's gonna hop right in and do his thing, except he doesn't. I burst out laughing when he crashed into the bridge like that because nobody was expecting it. I mean, even Fenris was like, bruh, you good? Anyway, he resumes with his attack, and just as Heimdall and the others brace for impact, there he is, whipping the massive beast as if he's swinging a frisbee. Our beloved angry green giant's back and ready to smash. This one's all about timing, and the execution is absolutely flawless.
You'll see!
2. Superman, 1978. Christopher Reeves flew in 1978 so that Henry Cavill could also fly in 2021. Yep, we're gonna go back to the OG Superman film for this one, and believe me, this was like the shit during the era. It begins with Clark Kent locating the Fortress of Solitude that opens up and shines a light using some very impressive practical effects. Clark enters and meets a hologram of his dad. He lectures him about powers and responsibilities and blah 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 blah. And then we see some trippy sequences, and I'm pretty sure a lot of teenagers would have loved to watch whilst they were, let's say, enjoying some edibles. The sequence finally ends with the iconic first look of freaking Superman. Yep, that's right. This was how every kid in the world was introduced to the first live-action version of their favorite superhero. And believe me, the hype we have nowadays is nothing compared to what it was like back then without social media and endless content. I guess legends will always be forever.
What were you the god of again?
1. Electric Thor. Thor Ragnarok. Yeah, there wasn't really any other entry left after the previous volumes that were going to top this one. It begins with Thor getting his ass whooped by his invincible evil sister, and it ain't looking good for him. No, I wasn't being a dick about his eye. Anyway, Hela pins him down and reminds him that she's the freaking goddess of death. Yeah, you can't really beat that, can you? With no hammer to help him out, Thor has no other option but to run to Daddy for help because he knows a thing or two about silencing some lambs, if you know what I mean. He tells his son to stop being such a crybaby because he's not the god of hammers, he's the freaking god of thunder. And more importantly, lightning in this case. That's all it takes for his true power to awaken, and we get treated to the biggest blast of lightning that super expensive CGI could ever give us. His new look's freaking amazing, and it's only bettered with the background score bumping to the Immigrant Song. I guess being worthy wasn't all that important, was it, eh? And there you go. That was Volume 5 for my top 10 superhero transformations. Is this enough, or do you want me to give Dom Toretto a run for his money? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on all of my latest videos. Of course, you can gain some exclusive privileges too on my Patreon, so hit the link in my description to check it out. Till next time, ciao.